with evidence-informed policy making or decision making, there's no blueprint, okay? So there's a lot of learning while you do. Now, if you learn and do not take the lessons to the next person, that means everybody will be starting from scratch all the time, which, you know, is not an efficient use of our time and any other resource that you can think about. So one of the approaches and one of the strategies is a learning. There's a very huge focus on peer learning, learning within teams, but also learning across teams, learning with governments, and really harnessing those lessons and adapting them to your own situation. The second is building systems, building structures, building an ecosystem. So bringing together what has already been done or what has been in the process, bringing it together to sort of enhance. So you will see that the major strategy of LEEPS is through hubs. So LEEPS itself is a hub for Africa, meaning that there is this virtual hub that anybody in the evidence-informed decision-making world can tap into. So I don't have to be in Uganda, I don't have to be in Malawi, I don't have to be in Tanzania, but I can tap into a hub that is being run out of Uganda. The same thing to the evidence, local evidence base that we're talking about. It might be hosted in Uganda again, but I don't have to be there to feed into it. If I know that what I am holding actually helps Africa, I don't have to be in Uganda to feed into that hub. It's open, it's a repository that anybody and everybody can actually feed local information into to be able to support local needs within our settings. So we have that major hub, the African hub, which then is divided into two. So you have the Anglophone hub, which is serving the English-speaking countries, and then the Francophone hub, which is serving the Francophone countries. Within the Anglophone hub, you have two sub-hubs again, and one is a consortium led by the Center for Rapid Evidence Synthesis, and the other is a consortium led by the African Institute for Development Policy, AFIDEP. So these two come together and they bring different strengths and are able to serve the other countries, the English countries. The Francophone hub is led by ACED, the Africa Center for Equitable Development, which is in West Africa. So it's able to serve the Francophone countries. Now, all of these institutions are running programs or are using approaches which make things easy for a policymaker to access information. For example, focus that the Center for Rapid Evidence Synthesis led consortium, the focus that it's putting on is ensuring timely access to information, to data, to evidence. And many people will have heard us talk about a rapid evidence synthesis mechanism. Sometimes you hear it called a rapid response service. What it is that it's a demand-driven service, meaning that a policymaker, a decision maker, when they feel the need for some data, for evidence to make a decision within a process, all they have to do is to pick up the phone, send an email, get in touch on our website and request for a certain kind of evidence. And that will set the process into motion. We will speak with them, try to understand what it is they're dealing with, what the best evidence would be to serve their needs. We will work with them because we use a co-production model. So we don't say that we've understood and we go away, cook our things and bring them to you. We actually now hold your hand. Why do we do that? It's because there's another approach that we think is also helpful. We cannot serve and be able to satisfy every need that there will be. And therefore, if we also build the capacity of the policymaker to be able to see this evidence, to see this research, understand it, interrogate it, know where to go, know what is good and what is not necessarily good, to appraise the information, to synthesize it and make it smaller from 300 pages to key messages of 1 page. If we give them some of that skill, it saves time. They're able to do it before they come, but also they probably will understand the value that is in it and make the space for their teams to actually get these skills or to practice what it is that they're learning. So it's very important that the leaders within the decision-making processes also understand this skill and make the space for it. So there's a multi-pronged, approach to ensuring that we achieve the objectives that we have set out.